YouTube, today a brand new season, and we're going to be kicking things off with a fun team with Necrozma, Dustmane, Aurorus, Araquanid, and Arcanine. If you do enjoy the videos, be sure to leave a like down below, leave a comment down below. It really does help me out. And if you want to check out the details of the team, you can check it out with the payment available in the description down below. And grab the rental code while you can. You have 2 weeks to grab the team. But let's get started and play some games. Hey! Are y'all subscribed to the channel? About 50% of you who watch my videos aren't subscribed to the channel. If you would like to see more cool teams this month, make sure you do so. Thank you. We have a Solgaleo, Zapdos, Landorus Fairy, the Grimmsnarl, Kyogre, and Incineroar. Overall, Yveltal looks really good against my opponent's team. My opponent doesn't exactly have the best answers to Yveltal right here. And Necrozma was actually really solid here as well. I don't think I really like the Arcanine here because it doesn't really do anything other than maybe intimidate the Landorus and Incineroar, which aren't really good reasons to bring it. The Araquanid probably does a good amount of damage. I really do like Max Geyser in this position. I don't know if I'd Dynamax the Araquanid though. I do like Necrozma here, and maybe I lead both restricteds. I don't think that's terrible. Yeah, I don't think that's terrible actually. So I'd probably lead Yveltal plus Necrozma, or maybe I want something to lead against. I think Zapdos is just a scary lead because I think Zapdos could definitely lead here and give me a bit of trouble. So I think I want to go with like this lead maybe, and then have Aurorus in the back. Now the reason I want Aurorus is because I think it does pretty well here. Freeze Dry hits 2 Pokemon or 3 Pokemon here super effectively. Meteor Beam does pretty good work against Incineroar and the Zapdos here. And I think those are some pretty good odds. I think I need to keep Yveltal healthy. I need to deal with the Zapdos. I guess the question is, what are you going to lead here? Because I don't know if you lead Kyogre. Necrozma lead might be a bit scripted. However, I just don't think you lead Kyogre against Rillaboom here. We'll find out. I might have to sack Aurorus if they lead Zapdos Kyogre. But it's Grimmsnarl Solgaleo, which is actually pretty good for me. All right. I'll take that for sure. I lead my Necrozma plus my Yveltal here. I don't do any damage to the Solgaleo here. However, I think this is perfectly acceptable to go for. I guess the question is, how fast is that Solgaleo? That's one question we just don't know here. That's definitely a question we just don't know. I could go for Sucker Punch into my Necrozma to get the policy. I don't know if that's worth it. I think I'm just going to go for damage here into the Grimmsnarl. I don't know if I want to foul play the Solgaleo yet because it would do a ton of damage. However, I feel like it's unnecessary. I don't think they're going to go for Max Quake here. I think they're setting up a screen here personally. That's what I would imagine here. How well do I need my Yveltal? Maybe not as much as I think. So you know what? Let's just go for a double up in the Grim. I want to figure out what this Grim set is, and as long as they don't self Sucker Punch turn 1, I think we're completely okay. And I don't think you self Sucker Punch in front of Yveltal with foul play. I also want to figure out speed tiers here, specifically between Solgaleo and the Necrozma, because I think that's huge. Because if I underspeed the Solgaleo, that's pretty big, because then I can foul play the Solgaleo afterward. However, I just have no idea what the speed tier is here. We're gonna see a Reflect. Okay, perfect. So I should be able to knock out, I think, Grimmsnarl with the combination of Oblivion plus foul. Oblivion plus Sunsteel Strike. I am faster than Solgaleo. Okay, good to know. I guess the annoying part is I do need to hit the Solgaleo eventually, and they could still spike up. Oh, they max lightning. I don't think this KOs unless they're Life Orb. Yeah, I do survive. It's not great, however, at least I survive, right? That's pretty big. Having a Yveltal around is still pretty good, especially for Solgaleo endgame. We will go for a Sunsteel Strike here into the Grimmsnarl. And this should allow us to pick up the knockout into that Grimmsnarl. Then afterward, I guess maybe I could set up with like... I think, a Rillaboom sweep here. I think Rillaboom can really do well for... Because I think Kyogre probably comes in. I'd imagine, because it just has water spout pressure that can dish out heavily. A Landorus I don't think is a big problem anymore unless it's Bulldoze. I guess they could self Earthquake. Zapdos is going to come out. Okay, interesting. Zapdos comes out. Maybe I don't need Rillaboom to sweep then, because I can go for a Trick Room here. I think Trick Room is pretty safe for the most part. And I kind of want to go hard into Rillaboom because I think just keeping the Yveltal around for like a foul play, the Solgaleo, the end game seems pretty good to me. So I think I want to go hard Rillaboom here. I might sack it here, and I think that's completely okay here. Like, I don't mind losing the Rillaboom here, so I can maybe get a free switch to, for instance, Aurorus, and then take the knockout to maybe Zapdos. That'd be pretty nice. We will get the Grassy Surge up. I don't think they're going for Max Lightning anyway, which is pretty nice. We'll find out. It's going to be a Heat Wave. Okay. So that activates my policy on the Necrozma, which I'll take. And they thankfully no burn. Thankfully no burn. I should take a Max Quake with the Prism Armor and the fact that I'm just like Necrozma, like how bulky Necrozma Dustmane is. We are going to see a Max Quake into the Necrozma, and yeah, we are able to survive. Perfect. Perfect. Okay. That's a really good survival here. And yeah, we could probably Max Quake the Solgaleo. Once I get a Solgaleo, I actually really do like the end game here of a setup for my Aurorus, which is one of the weirdest Pokemon to set up in an end game, but yeah, it does work. And yeah, I think Max Quake is perfectly fine into the Solgaleo, and I think it just works out here. So we will go for a Max Quake into Soul. I wish I could Fake Out, but I don't have Fake Out, so I might as well just Protect here. I could go for a double up with high horsepower, maybe. That might not be terrible. Actually, that isn't terrible. Yeah, I think I will double up here. I'm worried if they Max Guard Solgaleo, maybe Hurricane. I guess that could be an option. They have to hit the Hurricane, though. I guess I get a free switch to Aurorus anyway the next turn. And they can't knock out the Necrozma here if they Max Guard the Solgaleo. So I think this is the best option to Max Quake and high horsepower. Because I'm pretty sure the Heat Wave does not knock out the Solgaleo at the range it's at. I think T-Bolt wouldn't. I don't know. T-Bolt might be close. Because Prism Armor just makes a strange calc here. And yeah, I am Dynamaxing Necrozma. However, I do think it's worth it here. We're going to see... Zapdos attacks expecting a Fake Out. Perfect. Or is this double Protect? Okay, nice. It's not double. So I do get a Max Quake off into the Solgaleo, which is not as much damage as I would have liked. Wow. Oh, yeah. Reflect is up. Reflect is up. Yeah, true. Reflect is up. Okay. So I do get a special defense boost with Rillaboom. I do get a high horsepower off into Soul. Not too much damage. However, I feel like that this is pretty good. They actually go for a Max Lightning to KO the Necrozma, which is acceptable here. And by acceptable, I mean really good. I survived that, which is huge here. Okay. That is pretty nice, actually. All right. That is a pretty nice survival there. I'm going to go for... I guess what's annoying is the Zapdos actually has the text. Well, I guess it doesn't matter because I can still hit a super effective leave a freeze dry. I think I just go for a Max Quake again into Soul here, and I swap out the Rillaboom. I go hard in Aurorus here, and the reason I go hard in Aurorus is because I think I want the grassy terrain set up for the late game, and they're probably just going to go for Heat Wave anyway. If I Solar Stance, it doesn't change anything. I want that grassy terrain support for the end game, as I think it's Kyogre in the back, and I need to always pressure the Kyogre, and the grassy... And the Miracle Seed should allow me to do that. We will go for a Max Quake here. No protection with Solgaleo, which is perfect. Goodbye, Solgaleo. Okay. A big Aurorus might actually do something here with the Meteor Beam. And we also have Freeze Dry support as well, which is really nice. So we boost up. We have a +1 Speed Def Aurorus, which is nice. Goodbye, the Soul. And this should be Heat Wave or T-Bolt. Yeah, Heat Wave. All right. Aurorus ate that up, however. Okay, perfect. Now we go out into Rillaboom. We click Grassy Glide and Meteor Beam here. There has to be quite a few factors, I think, for me to get into a bad position, but I'm pretty sure a Miracle Seed, Grassy Glide will just threaten the Kyogre and pick up a knockout. They're probably scared too. If they don't protect, I could double up the Kyogre slot, but I really just want to fire off the Meteor Beam into the Zapdos slot, because if the Kyogre protects and Hurricane comes off from the Zapdos into the Rillaboom slot, I'm in a really bad spot, right? So we'll go for the Meteor Beam. I guess I could miss, which would be terrible. However, I think we're good. All right, Grassy Glide should come out into... Oh, I keep forgetting about the Reflect. All right, we're cool, though. I kept forgetting about the Reflect this entire game, man. I completely ignored it. Oh, geez. Well, it doesn't matter here. As long as I hit the Meteor Beam into Zapdos, I should KO the Zapdos because they didn't get Light Screen up. Yeah, all right. All right, Aurorus saving me from my troubles here. They protected the Zapdos. However, I'm not sure what set I expected from the Aurorus, but crit Meteor Beam, I don't think that matters because this Meteor Beam +1 is still pretty strong. And then they go for an Ice Beam, which is perfect. That shouldn't knock me out. Oh, wait, no, it does. Yeah, it should knock me out at that. I'm getting so many things wrong. However, we still have a Yveltal, which is still pretty clutch at the end of the day. Aurorus is still at +1. They are... Oh, it's Leftovers Kyogre, too. Yeah, it's leftovers Kyogre as well. All right. I don't know how fast our Kyogre is though. However, I think we should. I mean, I guess we could miss. There's some factors that can affect. I think it comes down to Aurorus not getting crit. I can't believe I messed up by not remembering the reflect. Yeah, the reflect is screwing me up here. However, we should be okay. This is the last turn of Trick Room. If they protect, that's a-okay here. We're going to go for a Sucker Punch into the Kyogre slot. And we're going to go for that Freeze Dry here. I don't know if they're expecting Freeze Dry. I don't know how fast their Kyogre is. They are going to protect, which is okay. To get the more leftovers plus grassy terrain. However, I feel like with Yveltal, it should be faster than this Kyogre, I'd imagine. And then I could go for Snarl Freeze Dry. And hopefully with the +1 and the super effectiveness, I'm able to KO the Kyogre at the range it's at. Barring no crits. Because I have +1 Spit Def on the Aurorus, and they are going to be -1 special attack, assuming Snarl connects. If Snarl misses, we're in a big trouble here. However, yeah, we're just going to fire for Snarl here. We're going to go for the Freeze Dry. Not much I can do about it. Come on, Aurorus. Come on, Aurorus. Snarl, we are faster than the Kyogre, not surprised. Big chunk to Kyogre. Freeze Dry should definitely KO. Just dodge a, I don't know, crit. Just dodge the crit. We should easily live the Origin Pulse with the +1, then -1, even if it's rain. Aurorus ate that up. Okay. I didn't even need the Snarl. I think. Wow. Aurorus. Okay, Freeze Dry. Goodbye, Kyogre. Nice. All right. I messed up heavily in this game. I kept forgetting about the reflect. However, ended up working out, thankfully. Aurorus was able to save me with the big Meteor Beam hit into Zapdos. I don't know if they expected the Meteor Beam. They probably didn't, which is why they probably just decided, hey, I'm going to attack here and try to get rid of that Rillaboom. However, it just ended up working out. Let's see what their sets were. Assault Vest Solgaleo. Okay, so it's a bulky one and couldn't protect, which makes sense. The goggles with the 3 attack Zapdos, the Lumberry Landorus, the screens Grimmsnarl, the leftovers Kyogre with Calm Mind and Origin Pulse. Yep. The Citrus Berry on the Incineroar, which we're cool with. And yeah, overall, I think I could have played better. Of course, I definitely could have. Double upping the Kyogre with Freeze Dry into Grassy Glide could have been the play. I could have went for, I mean, I guess it kind of worked out for the most part, right? Because Grassy Glide pressured a lot, Meteor Beam. I think I would still probably had to commit to Read of Protects anyway, because the Kyogre could have protected my double up there. The Zapdos could have protected my Meteor Beam. There were just like so many different factors. However, Aurorus was able to carry me, knock out into Zapdos, which was absolutely huge. And then I was able to focus down the Kyogre with the big Aurorus that was just boosted up. If you currently enjoy the content you're watching and want to see more of it, make sure you check out my other YouTube channels, my second YouTube channel, my Eclipse channel, and of course, make sure you follow the action live on my Twitch channel. All links available in the description down below. Palkia, Zacian, Rillaboom, Thundurus Incarnate Form, Incineroar, and the Ditto. Now, I don't know which kind of Thundurus is going to be Defiant or if it's going to be Support Thundurus, because I feel like both are run on Zacian Palkia. So this is going to be a little bit difficult. The Freeze Dry for Palkia seems really solid here. Meteor Beam for Thundurus as well. Now, that is actually a pretty decent option here. Is can I accomplish it? Is that's big of a deal. I think I don't bring Rillaboom. Rillaboom only helps against the Palkia, and I don't think that's necessary. I don't even have Fake Out, so I don't think the support's really there. So I guess I'm gonna go with like Necrozma lead. I think Necrozma's pretty solid. I think Arcanine is a good lead because Zacian is pretty difficult. Although I just don't actually know. We don't know what kind of Thundurus that is, right? So I don't think we can afford to lead that. I guess if that's going to be the lead, I don't have a super safe one here. Maybe I should have went Fake Out Rillaboom on this team. However, I do think it's manageable. I think Yveltal lead. I'm going to lead both my restrictions here. I don't think it's too bad because I just don't know what kind of Thundurus that is, and that's a big one. I at least can max Necrozma, and max Necrozma against Thundurus. Zacian lead isn't too bad here. So I think I'll go with that. Have Arcanine in the back and Aurorus. And yeah, I think that's the way to go here. I'm kind of curious on... It's really going to depend. This set's going to depend on the Thundurus set a lot and if they lead it. Because if it's a Thundurus, I just don't know if they have Taunt, for instance. Because they could go for a Taunt. They could Thunder Wave my Necrozma and I might not be able to move. If it's Defiant Thundurus, could be a little bit tricky. Although definitely manageable. I don't even need, I think, the Yveltal to win this game. It's not bad here. But we're going to see... Okay, Zacian Incineroar lead is interesting. Okay, I'll take it. As I lead Necrozma plus the Yveltal immediately. I don't know what they're going to aim for here. I probably just go out in Arcanine for the... I think I do go for the Arcanine into the Necrozma slot here. Or I could do for the Yveltal too. That isn't bad. I definitely want to switch in Arcanine one of these slots. I just don't know what I want to do with the other. Because I could go for Trick Room here, although does Trick Room really benefit me? I suppose it can. However, I just don't know what you have in the back. And also, I think Trick Room is probably okay. You know what? Let's Trick Room and go hard into Arcanine here. Because I can potentially whisk the Zacian the next turn, right? And I think that'd be huge. I think that would absolutely be huge. I do imagine this is probably Parting Shot done in Necrozma. Maybe a Play Rough into the Yveltal slot or sub if they have it. But yeah, let's get this Intimidate off. We do get the Incineroar to -1. We get the Zacian to neutral. And we're going to see Fake Out come out into what was the Necrozma. Okay. That isn't too bad. We see Play Rough. Yep. Okay. This is good. This is pretty good. That's a good turn here. Now, I have quite a few options. I could go for like a read here if I want to, but I just don't think it's necessary. I think Yveltal is always the safest play here. And I kind of want to Whisk the Zacian because Whisk the Zacian seems really good. Although I do expect it to protect, so I could go for a Bulldoze just for chipping Incineroar. I guess Bulldoze is okay too because I can Whisk the Zacian the next turn, right? Yeah, I think that's okay. I'm going to go for the Bulldoze and switch to Yveltal because I'm expecting maybe like Parting Shot into Palkia and Max Guard here. Or not Max Guard, Protect from Zacian. And I think that would probably put them in a better position. So I think that this is the right call. We are going to see the Zacian Protect. Excellent. Okay. I could have also retreated Arcanine too. Retreating Arcanine wasn't that bad. Or getting Trick Room up here wasn't terrible. However, I just don't know what the Palkia set is, like specifically speed as well. I do get some chip into Instant, and every bit of chip against Instant is pretty important in this matchup because it could be the difference between a +1 Quake knocking it out, for instance, if it's like Shucker Berry. We are going to see the Parting Shot in the Yveltal, no surprise here. And I imagine we're going to see the Palkia come out. And I could probably go for Snarl. It depends on the Palkia set. I don't think they run Timid max speed, but we're going to see Ditto come out. I guess they want to figure out what my set is. That works out huge for me. Yeah, because I'm not really scared of my special Arcanine. My Arcanine set's actually not that great for this, for my opposing team. So this works out perfectly, yeah. I think I could do a few things. I guess they could cover the Yveltal slot here. I mean, they definitely see that I have Wisp. They definitely want to retreat to Zacian. I think Incineroar probably wants to come in. So I think I could go for like a Snarl here or an Oblivion Wing. I think Oblivion Wing's probably okay into Ditto. And a Bulldoze. Yeah, because I think Zacian retreats to Instant. It could Play Rough here, which isn't terrible, I suppose. However, I just don't think it's worth it for them. So I guess Palkia is in the back. So we know all four of their Pokemon, I'd imagine, because I don't see you not bringing Palkia in this game. Like, I think Palkia is really good here. However, I guess I do have to go to Arcanine because Arcanine does offer Wisp. Yeah, they are going to swap out here, probably Incineroar. Yeah. Okay, this is perfect. I get some pretty good chip. I get the -1 speed drop into their side. I don't know what their Arcanine is going to lock itself into. It could go for a Wisp, I guess, in the Yveltal. It's not really that big of a deal if that's the case. Yeah, they do go for that play. Perfect. So Wisp in the Yveltal is just something I really don't mind. I feel like Sucker Punch is not really going to come down in this game too much. I think I'm mostly clicking Snarl and Oblivion Wing because I'm trying to get decent chip onto both. I get a crit on the Instant, which is nice. Oh, wait, did I say Shucker Berry on the Instant earlier? I would have procced it. Yeah, so the Bulldoze damage is just nice for the Incineroar. I guess because of like, if I get back to neutral with Necrozma, Max Quake always KOs now. But yeah, we do get an Oblivion Wing off into the Arcanine, which is pretty good chip damage. As you can see, pretty good chip. Ditto's now weakened, which is nice. I guess Sucker Punch could matter against Ditto, depending on what it transforms into. But yeah, I'd imagine this is probably Fake Out into the Arcanine slot and switch to Zacian. That's what I would imagine here. So how do I punish that? I guess I just Oblivion Wing the Ditto, I mean the Incineroar slot, and I go hard into Necrozma. Yeah. Because, like, I guess Ditto could stay into Wisp in theory, which is also the case, which isn't too bad because they kind of need to chip away to Arcanine because the Arcanine's giving them a lot of trouble. I don't know if they would go hard Palkia here. No, I don't think they would go hard Palkia here. Oh, wait, they stayed in? Did they actually read the switch from Arcanine here? I do go into Necrozma, but did they actually go for the Wisp? No, they did swap out. Okay, no, it was just a speed tie, right? So we are going to see Palkia, I think. Yeah, that's Palkia. All right. This is... Oh, they went for Parting Shot. Okay, this could maybe be a bit difficult. We do get a good amount of damage to Instant, though. Yeah, because we got a crit. Okay, nice. And then what does Instant do? Is it Berry? It is Berry. Okay. And who's the parting shot coming out to? I imagine it's probably the Yveltal. I guess I could have snarled, but I really didn't expect him to go hard with Palkia. But yeah, this kind of works for them too, right? Because they had the Palkia now threatening the Arcanine slots that if I stayed in would have been important for the Zacian. Now they have both of their restrictors next to each other. And I guess this is going to be a little bit difficult, although Max Quake is really threatening all their slots here. And I do kind of like that a lot. So what are they going to do here? I think I could Trick Room here. I guess I could Trick Room, right? Because Aurorus under Trick Room seems really solid. Yeah, I guess I don't need Yveltal anymore, huh? I don't, yeah. I'm just going to Snarl because I could see Zacian switching out into Ditto. So I think I'm just going to Trick Room here and Snarl. I don't think that's a bad play. If I lose my Yveltal, I think I just get a position with my my big Aurorus. We are going to see a Dynamax come out from Palkia, which is not surprising. Is this actually going to be Play Rough here? I mean, they could double up my Yveltal slot with Play Rough plus Max Quake if they don't expect me to have Protect, and I don't think they expect me to have Protect at all. Let's see here, though, because I think it's still an okay trade-off for me. You see Sacred Sword? Okay, it's into Yveltal. They expected the Arcanine switch. Okay. They are timid max speed. All right, they get a Geyser off into the Necrozma, which isn't great. Yeah, I still survived, which is important, but yeah, that's not great that it survived. But I mean, I guess it's not terrible. I get a Snarl off, which is pretty big into the Palkia. So it's now -1 speed def. Okay. I mean, I took way more damage with the Geyser than I thought I would have. So that's not pretty. We do go for the Trick Room here. And yeah, now dealing with the Zacian is a little bit strange, although definitely manageable. Dude, what do I want to go for? It's just dealing with the Zacian, right? It's just dealing with the Zacian here that's difficult. I think I always retreat Yveltal because I'm like, what, -2? Yeah, -2. So I don't think it's worth staying in. I could Snarl again, though. Snarling the Palkia again doesn't seem like a bad play. I could foul play, also double up the Zacian with Earthquake, which doesn't seem bad either. You know, but I do expect Zacian to probably Protect. I think saving Zacian is really important. However, I guess I could see them attack here. So you know what? Let's just go for the Earthquake here in the foul play. I think that I'm not as worried about the Palkia, but yeah, we do see the Zacian Protect. So that could have been, I think, accounted for. Okay, I do get some chip into Palkia. Again, I'm not too worried about Palkia. However, I guess what are they going to go for is a question. Get some chip. Freeze Dry is going to really threaten it afterward. We're going to see what come out from the Palkia. It's going to be Max Whirlwind into Yveltal. Okay. And I survived, but the burn's going to let me go down. I don't think that's too bad. Yeah, I don't think that's too bad. I wonder if Max Quake can knock out the Zacian at this range. I doubt it. Oh, I would really love if that's the case. I really want to go Aurorus and click the Freeze Dry here, because I think this is my best opportunity against a Palkia. Because if I go Arcanine, I just bait the... I think I just bait them staying in, which is not exactly pretty here. I'm trying to figure out what is my best condition here to win. I think it's probably Aurorus. I think it's Aurorus. You know what? Yeah, I do think it's Aurorus. I might Meteor Beam Max Quake the Zacian slot. Yeah, I think that's actually the play here. I'm going to do that. I do think that's the play because we got rid of the rain. We'd get a +1 speed def. And I think that's pretty important. And I think Meteor Beam plus Max Quake, even at -1, should KO the Zacian. And maybe they're not expecting me to Dynamax the Necrozma here. They could go to Incin, which would stink. However, I think I could probably play around it. We are going to see the swap here, though. We're going to see it is going to be Incineroar coming out. Okay. At least I get my +1 with my Aurorus. So Freeze Dry is going to threaten the Palkia afterward. And once I get rid of Palkia, maybe Arcanine can win at this point. It's definitely possible. So I kind of wish I did go for that Freeze Dry now. Freeze Dry would have been really good momentum. However, I guess it's manageable. I think Aurorus can come in clutch here. We Dynamax our Necrozma. Yeah, I guess them being timid Palkia kind of messed me up. I thought it'd be like a modest bulkier set with the Grimmsnarl. And then the Yveltal just being a little bit slower kind of hurt. I do go for the Meteor Beam here into the Incin. So I hopefully don't miss. So I get the Max Quake damage into Palkia just in case they go for Max Quake here. Although they could go for Geyser, and I think that's okay as well. As we will go for that Meteor Beam. Okay, we do hit the Instant, so goodbye Instant. We have Freeze Dry to handle the Palkia slot. Okay. Not the end here, I suppose. Max Quake, +1 Spadef. Although I guess I could switch out Palkia for Ditto. Get a chip. Okay, what are you doing with Palkia? Because I do got to get rid of Palkia. Palkia, I need to Freeze Dry. I do need to Freeze Dry it really badly. We're going to see Max Geyser into who? Is this Aurorus? I feel like it might be. Yeah, it's in Aurorus. I should live. Yeah, okay. Not healthy, but still around. That's huge. And that is huge. If they go Ditto, they lose to me going for like Steel Spike or Max Quake there in the Freeze Dry. So that's not an option for them. I can't get up Aurora Veil, unfortunately, for my Arcanine anymore, which is a little bit sad. But yeah, we are going to see the Zacian come out. And I don't think they're expecting the Freeze Dry. So I could expect them to protect Zacian here and attack with Palkia. And if that's the case, I do get the knockout on Palkia with the Freeze Dry, which would be huge here. And that is what I'm going to go for. Let's go for that Max Quake here and a Freeze Dry. I guess this could be double protect. But there's 2 turns of Trick Room, so we're okay there. Yeah, let's just go for a big Max Quake, get as much damage to the Zacian as possible. And we're going to go for the Freeze Dry into the Palkia slot. And I think I'm going to really have to rely on Arcanine to clean up here. We are going to see... Okay, no protects, which is nice because I get a Freeze Dry off into the Palkia slot. That's pretty big that I get the knockout into the Palkia slot. Okay. And the Max Quake into Zacian, which is huge damage, by the way, here. And they're locked in to Intimidate, so this is really good for me. Yeah, because Steel Spike didn't accomplish much. Max Quake was always my play here. I don't think they expected Freeze Dry. I think they expected Blizzard, which is perfect for me because Aurorus was able to take the knockout on the Pokemon that really screwed up my Arcanine the most here. Okay, we are going to see the Behemoth Blade into the Aurorus is going to pick up a knockout. Now, should be the last turn of Trick Room coming up here. I always go Arcanine. I got the Intimidate off into their Zacian. I think the big question is, does Earthquake knock out the Ditto with Bulldoze at -1? Because this is going to be a little bit awkward, I think, in the end game. I do think it's going to be a little bit awkward. I mean, I get another Intimidate off, so they're like at -2 now. I do have, I guess, Dynamax still available, huh? Which is pretty important. So I guess I can protect Arcanine and Steel Spike here. Yeah, I think... no, Steel Spike doesn't matter, right? Because they're Sacred Sword. We already revealed that. So I guess we do always go for the Quake damage here. Yeah, we Quake the Ditto. We do Quake the Ditto. We should see Zacian probably protect here. And I guess the Cross was, what, going to go for Rock Slide or Earthquake? They protect with Zacian. Yeah, perfect. Max Quake should go off because they're probably Choice Scarf. Yep, Max Quake into their... Yeah, it has to be... I think it has to be Choice Scarf Ditto. Max Quake isn't able to knock out the Ditto. That's fine. I could go for Bulldoze next turn and knock out their... what's it called? Their Necrozma / Ditto. And I think I should win. Oh, they Rock Slided here. Huh. That is not knocking... Necrozma dodge, but it was not KOing for sure. I'll definitely tell you that much. However, yeah, I think the way we guarantee to win is Bulldoze here. Unless we want a Trick Room. Because I could also win by Trick Rooming here. However, I think Bulldoze is just always the safest play, right? Because 2 turns of Rain, so I can Bulldoze and protect Arcanine on the last turn. And I think we'll be safe. Because we know it's Play Rough, Behemoth Blade, Sacred Sword, protect Zacian. Yeah, so we just Bulldoze here and I guess Sunsteel Strike. I think it's always the safe play. And even if they protect Ditto, I think we're okay. Because Zacian Sacred Sword should probably be a 3K with Citrus. They go for a Sacred Sword and an Arcanine. And I'm able to tank it. And Bulldoze is going to come out. Should knock out the Ditto at the range it's at. And yeah, the Zacian also is taking the chip. And now Flamethrower afterward. I guess if Zacian can let Flamethrower outside of the rain, then they could go for the Sacred Sword crit. However, this is huge for Aurorus. Aurorus was huge. Okay. Getting rid of that Palkia for Arcanine to win? Let's see. Come on. Come on. We protect Arcanine here always. And yeah, then we should be safe. So protect our Arcanine. We know they're not sub. They're not Source Sense. They go for... I don't know about protecting there. because that was your last sort of rain. Now you definitely don't live a fire move, I'm pretty sure, at this range. We go for the flamethrower. We're always faster than exhaustion after the bulldoze, and we'll be able to eliminate the exhaustion here. And Arcanine really coming in a clutch here in this game and getting rid of the exhaustion. Okay, definitely could have played better in this game. I think there were definitely quite a few errors. I mean, I got lucky with some of the things, like me getting rid of their Palkia. Like, I don't think they expected freeze dry, which was a downfall to them, because freeze dry just won me this game right here. When I eliminated the Palkia, Arcanine was pretty healthy. I still had Dynamax and Necrozma, and the low health Dynamax really came into clutch in that situation. I kind of wish I was able to Dynamax a little bit earlier with Necrozma at like a healthier HP, and I could have. I felt like the Trick Room, accomplishing the Trick Room into the Aurorus freeze dry to Palkia was just going to be so good, because it was like I couldn't damage the Palkia in a fast way, which was my problem there. So if I did max the Necrozma, which might have still been the better play in the long term, getting rid of this Palkia would have been such a problem. And yeah, they didn't stall out with Protect's Scout, which I think was a big part. I think they wanted like offensive momentum in case I could have done something specific with the Aurorus potentially. And yeah, it just ended up working out so perfectly right here. It was the Goggles support on the Fundy, which yeah, and his Scarf Ditto. Yep. And yeah, Palkia being a pretty fast variant with a Life Orb just made it a little bit tougher, I think, for my team in general. Oh wait, they didn't have Grimmsnarl. I thought they had Grimmsnarl and they had Reflect. I guess that kind of makes sense now. For some reason, I thought it was Grimmsnarl over Thunders, because I'm just so used to seeing Grimmsnarl on these teams. But yeah, it wasn't Grimmsnarl, so they didn't have Screen, so it does make sense that they have a faster Palkia. And that is the show. Aurorus is a Pokemon I really want to use for a while. However, I just wasn't sure on like what I could really use it like over Bomb Snow or like Ninetales, but I thought Aurora Veil was pretty cool. I thought the Freeze Dry would be pretty nice for like Gastrodon. Meteor Beam I think is like pretty cool as a move too for like a lot of the fire types that Necrozma doesn't like facing. And yeah, I thought it was a pretty cool combination. And yeah, we'll be using it in the next episode as well. But if you do want to check out the details of the team, you can go check it out with the paste bin available in the description down below. Grab the rental code right here, as you'll have 2 weeks to grab it before it expires. A team builder will be coming out in the next couple of days, so make sure you stay tuned for that. And of course, if you did enjoy the video, be sure to leave a like down below, leave a comment down below, and why not check out the rest of my Series 12 content, because I use a lot of cool teams and a lot of fun Pokemon, so make sure you check those out. But otherwise, thank you all for tuning in. Have a great day, people, and until we bow again, I'll catch y'all later.